Major League Soccer Chicago Fire vs Toronto prediction, team news, lineups preview. Needing a win to have any hope of maintaining their slim MLS Cup playoff hopes, the Chicago Fire welcomed Toronto to Soldier Field on Saturday. A 2-0 defeat versus CF Montreal last weekend has the Fire sitting 14th in the Eastern Conference, 7 points below the postseason line, while the Reds are 2 points above that line despite losing 2-0 against the Colorado Rapids in their previous league fixture. Match preview. The playoff hopes of Chicago are hanging by a thread after losing a second successive domestic affair last week without scoring. To remain mathematically alive in the playoff hunt, they need to win this upcoming match, which would close the gap between themselves and Toronto to 4 points. Frank Lopez's men have just one victory in their last 9 matches across all competitions, suffering 7 defeats over that stretch. Between now and the end of the regular season, the Fire can accumulate at most 38 points, the fewest for this club in a single domestic campaign since 2021-34. Chicago have lost 2 of their previous 3 league contests at Soldier Field but can win consecutive home matches on Saturday for the first time in the 2024 regular season. The Fire are unbeaten in their last 4 MLS meetings with Toronto, claiming a shutout victory in their previous 2 home games against them. With 3 matches remaining in their regular season, TFC are barely clinging to a playoff position in the East, having lost consecutive league fixtures. Toronto have suffered the joint most defeats in the Eastern Conference this year, 17, yet their playoff destiny remains in their hands. Saturday will be their final regular season match away from home this year, with this team winning 2 of their previous 3 domestic contests as the visitors. TFC have not made the MLS Cup playoffs since the shortened 2020 campaign, winning 5 away matches that season, a feat they would match with a victory this weekend. John Herdman was denied his first trophy as Toronto manager on Wednesday when his side were beaten in the Canadian Championship final versus the Vancouver Whitecaps on penalties 4-2 in a match that ended 0-0 after 90 minutes. The Reds have not walked away with maximum points in the Windy City since the 2021 MLS campaign, when they hung on to a 2-1 victory at Soldier Field. Team news. In their defeat versus Montreal, Chicago were missing Andrew Gutman, Rafael Chichos, and Carlos Terán with leg injuries, while Chase Gasper was sidelined because of a hamstring strain. Hugo Kuipers, meanwhile, did not feature in that encounter as the Belgian attacker was away to witness the birth of his child. Fabian Herbers came on for Federico Navarro in the second half last week, collecting his 150th cap for the club, while Chris Brady can surpass his single-season career high for starts across all competitions, 30 on Saturday should he begin that match between the sticks. Last weekend, the Reds did not have Charlie Sharp available due to a lower leg issue. Lorenzo Insigne hurt his right calf, forcing him to sit out, and Jonathan Osorio was sidelined with muscle tightness. Though Osorio and Insigne featured in the Canadian Championship final on Wednesday, Henry Wingo, Nixon Gomes and Kevin Long are all on the mend after each sustaining hamstring injuries earlier in the campaign. Davy Flores will have to sit this one out after the Honduran received another yellow card in their defeat to the Rapids last Saturday. Chicago Fire possible starting lineup: Brady, Suquet, Salquist, Omsberg, Dean, Navarro, Jimenez, Lassiter, Haile Selassie, Catsias, Gutierrez. Toronto possible starting lineup: Johnson, O'Neill, Rosted, Petretta, Laria, Cervania, Osorio, Spicer, Bernardeschi, Etienne, Owusu. We say, Chicago Fire 0-2 Toronto. Losing may no longer be an option for the Reds, and we expect to see a determined team on Saturday, who battle a Chicago side that appear to be psychologically beaten down from another rough campaign. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.